Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you've been thinking about moving to Ireland, studying here, or you're just genuinely curious about what life actually costs in this country, then you're in exactly the right place. Today, we're doing a full, honest breakdown of the cost of living in Ireland in 2026. Not the glossy version, but the real numbers that will actually affect your life. So, let's get into it. First, a bit of context, because the numbers only make sense if you understand the bigger picture. Ireland is one of the wealthiest and most developed countries in Europe. It's home to the European headquarters of companies like Google, Apple, Meta, and dozens of other global giants. It has one of the lowest unemployment rates in the EU, a well-educated workforce, and a genuinely high quality of life. But here's the thing, all of that comes at a cost. As of 2026, Ireland ranks among the top 15 most expensive countries in Europe, and Dublin specifically sits firmly in the top tier of the most expensive cities on the continent. So if you're planning a move, going in with realistic expectations isn't just smart, it's essential. The goal of this video is to make sure you're not caught off guard. Let's start with the biggest expense for most people, housing. And I'll be upfront with you, this is where Ireland really stings. The nationwide average rent in Ireland crossed the €2,000 per month mark for the first time in 2025, and in 2026, that trend has not reversed. In Dublin, a one-bedroom apartment in or near the city center now averages between €2,500 and €2,600 per month, and that's just the average. Premium neighborhoods like Ranelagh, Ballsbridge, or the Docklands area near the tech offices will push significantly higher. If you're looking outside the city center but still within Dublin, you might find something in the €2,000 to €2,300 range, but competition is fierce. As of early 2026, Dublin's rental vacancy rate sits at just 0.5 to 0.8%, which essentially means there is almost nothing available, and what does become available gets snapped up within hours. Cork and Galway are slightly more manageable, sitting around €2,200 to €2,300, while Limerick remains the most affordable major city, averaging around €1,375 for a one-bedroom, though even that number has jumped significantly over the past year. The bottom line on housing is this: plan for it being your single biggest expense, budget conservatively, and start your search as early as possible. One strategy many people use to keep housing costs down is house sharing. And honestly, it's not just a student thing in Ireland. Plenty of working professionals rent a room in a shared house or apartment, which can bring your monthly housing costs down to somewhere between €700 and €1,100, depending on the city and the quality of the place. If you're new to Ireland and on a tighter budget, this is often the most realistic starting point. Now let's talk about food, because this is one area where Ireland is actually more manageable if you're strategic about it. Shops like Lidl and Aldi have a strong presence across the country, and they're genuinely good quality at a much lower price point than premium supermarkets like Dunnes Stores or SuperValu. For a single person cooking at home and shopping smart, a realistic monthly grocery budget is around €250 to €350. Dining out is where things get more expensive. A basic sit-down meal at a casual restaurant will run you about €16 to €20, and a dinner for two at a nicer place can easily reach €70 to €90 with drinks. Coffee culture is big in Ireland too, and a good flat white from an independent cafe will set you back around €4 to €5. If you're eating out regularly, it adds up faster than you'd expect, so most people living here treat restaurants as an occasional treat rather than a daily habit. Transportation is the next big category, and how much you spend here depends enormously on where you live. Dublin has a reasonably well-developed public transport system: buses, the Luas tram, and the Dart Coastal Railway. With a Leap card, which is the city's travel card, a single bus trip costs around €1.50, and a monthly commuter pass is roughly €140. The government has also introduced discounted fares for young people and students, which makes a meaningful difference if you qualify. Outside of Dublin, public transport becomes significantly less reliable and less frequent. In smaller cities and rural areas, having a car is essentially a necessity, and buying a car in Ireland is notably expensive because of a tax called VRT, Vehicle Registration Tax, which is applied when you register a vehicle, and can add thousands of euro to the price. Petrol, as of early 2026, is running at around €1.62 per liter, and car insurance typically costs between €800 and €1,200 per year for a standard private car policy. Utilities are one of the less alarming categories, though they're not cheap either. For a typical apartment, you can expect to pay around €200 to €230 per month for electricity, heating, and water combined. The one thing to watch out for is electricity prices specifically. Ireland's electricity rates are among the highest in Europe, sitting around 35 cents per kilowatt hour. During winter, when heating demand goes up, your bills can climb noticeably. Home broadband is fairly well developed, especially in cities, with monthly plans costing around €35 to €65, depending on the provider and speed you go with. Mobile phone plans are reasonably competitive. You can get unlimited calls, texts, and data for around €15 to €25 per month. Healthcare in Ireland is a bit of a mixed picture. The public system exists and is functional, but waiting times can be long for non-emergency care. Many people who work full-time get private health insurance through their employer, either fully covered or heavily subsidized, which gives faster access to specialists and private hospitals. If you're paying for it yourself, basic private health insurance starts at around €1,000 to €1,200 per year for a single adult. GP visits without insurance cost around €50 to €70. Prescription medications are capped under the drugs payment scheme at €80 per month for a household, which is a meaningful protection against very high pharmacy bills. Now let's zoom out and put together some realistic monthly totals, because this is the part that really matters. A single person living in Dublin with rent, groceries, transport, utilities, phone, and a modest social life is looking at roughly €2,800 to €3,200 per month. If you're in Cork or Galway, that figure drops to around €2,200 to €2,600. And if you're in Limerick or a smaller city, you could live reasonably comfortably on €1,600 to €2,100. For a family of 4 in Dublin, the numbers climb to €5,500 to €6,500 or more per month, which is a very significant commitment. But here's the important counterbalance. Salaries in Ireland are genuinely strong. The tech sector pays exceptionally well by European standards, and fields like finance, pharmaceuticals, and healthcare also offer competitive packages. Ireland's minimum wage increased to €14.15 per hour at the start of 2026, which is one of the highest in Europe. For a single person, a take-home salary of around €3,000 to €3,500 per month is generally enough to live comfortably in Dublin. For a couple both working, the financial picture improves significantly. So, is Ireland worth it in 2026? The honest answer is, it depends on your situation. If you have a strong job offer, especially in tech or finance, or you're coming to study at one of Ireland's well-regarded universities, the cost is matched by genuine opportunity. If you have flexibility about where in the country you live, cities like Limerick or Galway offer a dramatically easier financial experience, while still giving you access to Ireland's incredible scenery, warm communities, and high standard of public services. The key is to plan with real numbers, not optimistic ones, and hopefully this video has given you exactly that. That's a wrap on today's breakdown. If you want me to go deeper on any specific topic, job hunting in Ireland, the tax system, healthcare, or the best cities for expats, let me know in the comments below. And if this video saved you some stress or some money, a like and a subscribe genuinely help the channel keep going. See you in the next one.